Have you ever wondered why, at this exact time in your life, you feel so restless inside? Why the roles, the routines, and the masks that once seemed fine now feel unbearably heavy? This isn't coincidence. Carl Jung called it synchronicity, the universe reflecting back the changes already stirring in your soul. And if this video found you, it's because you're entering the most powerful phase of your life. The problem is clear. The old self no longer fits, and the world's expectations suffocate you. But here lies the solution. The cracking you feel isn't your end, it's your rebirth. The universe is not breaking you. It is remaking you into the woman you were always meant to be. Stay with me, because in this journey, I'll show you how Jung's insights into shadow work and individuation can guide you through this uncomfortable threshold and into your true power. In today's world, women carry endless roles: professional, mother, partner, friend, caregiver, achiever. At first, these roles feel natural. They give structure, recognition, even pride. But one day, something changes. The meetings that once energized you now feel empty. The conversations you used to enjoy now sound hollow. The endless scrolling through social media feels like noise more than connection. This isn't laziness. This isn't weakness. It is the first crack in the mask, what Carl Jung called the persona. The persona once protected you, helping you fit in and be accepted. But now, it suffocates, because the woman you're becoming is larger than the mask you've been wearing. So when you feel restless, tired in ways sleep can't cure, or strangely disconnected from the life you built, know this: it's not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your rebirth. The identity that once fit no longer serves you. And that is exactly how the soul begins to grow. When the old mask begins to fall, something unexpected happens. You don't feel instantly free. Instead, you feel empty. The friends you once loved spending time with, the conversations that used to excite you, now they feel distant, hollow, meaningless. You withdraw, you cancel plans. You wake up tired no matter how much you sleep. And the world quickly gives it a name: burnout, stress, maybe even depression. But Jung would call it something else. He would call it the desert. The desert is not the absence of life. It is the hidden womb of life. It is the space where everything false dies, so that everything true can be born. Yes, it feels lonely. Yes, it feels frightening. But this emptiness is not a punishment. It's a preparation, like a seed buried in the dark earth before it breaks into the light. Your soul is gestating in silence, and soon what feels like death will reveal itself as the first breath of rebirth. After the desert, something begins to awaken. You walk into a room, and before anyone speaks, you feel it. The tension, the dishonesty, the performance hiding behind polite smiles. You scroll through your feed and sense the difference between genuine joy and carefully staged perfection. This is not paranoia. This is not you being too sensitive. This is the awakening of discernment. Carl Jung called it the intuitive function, the ability to perceive essence rather than appearances. Your nervous system is no longer fooled by masks. You're reading energy, not just words. You're sensing truth, not just performance. And yes, it can be exhausting, because now you see how much of the world runs on pretense. But this awakening is also your power. Discernment protects you. It shows you where not to invest your energy. It clears the way for relationships and spaces that are real, authentic, and aligned with who you are becoming. So when you feel overwhelmed by this new sensitivity, remember, it is not a curse, it is your compass. In modern life, it's easy to get caught in performance. The maiden archetype thrives here, posting for approval, shaping herself to be liked, measuring worth by likes, followers, promotions, or the approval of others. But something shifts. A woman entering her most powerful phase no longer plays this game. She begins to embody the queen archetype. The queen carries her authority within. She doesn't wait for permission. She doesn't seek validation. Her presence alone commands respect, not because she demands it, but because she radiates it. This shift isn't about age, it's about initiation. Some women remain maidens their entire lives, forever seeking reflection from others. But others, perhaps you, are called deeper. You descend into your own depths, and when you return, you carry knowledge that cannot be taken from you. In today's world, this shift is revolutionary, because a queen is not shaped by the algorithm. She is shaped by the truth of her soul. In today's world, women are praised for being agreeable, patient, endlessly giving. But what about the parts of you that don't fit that script? The anger you've swallowed, the ambition you've hidden, the desires you've silenced. Society may call these flaws, but Carl Jung would call them the shadow. And here's the truth. Inside your shadow lies your power. When a woman entering her most powerful phase finally stops apologizing for her anger, that anger becomes the fire of her boundaries. When she stops hiding her ambition, that ambition becomes leadership. When she embraces her desire, that desire becomes creativity, vitality, life force itself. Integration doesn't mean becoming perfect. It means becoming whole, and a whole woman is not easy to control. That is why powerful women are feared, not because they are harsh, but because they are free. So the next time you feel a part of yourself rising that you were told to bury, ask yourself, what if this isn't my flaw? What if this is my strength? There comes a moment when you stop performing. You no longer bend yourself to fit expectations. You no longer seek approval, especially from the voices that once defined your worth. And yes, at first it feels terrifying, because if you're not performing for love, who are you? This is the threshold of sovereignty, the moment you stop living by borrowed standards and begin living from your own truth. Carl Jung described this as individuation, the rise of the self. When you embody this sovereignty, something extraordinary begins to happen. Opportunities appear without effort. New people show up as if sent by invisible hands. Resources fall into place at the perfect moment. Jung called this synchronicity, the universe mirroring your inner coherence back into your outer life. This isn't luck, it isn't magic, it is alignment. When you stop broadcasting confusion and pretense, the world stops reflecting confusion back to you. When you live from your authentic center, the universe responds in kind. So if you've noticed strange coincidences lately, a chance encounter, a door opening, a message arriving just in time, don't dismiss them. They are not random. They are proof that you are no longer a prisoner of your old self. You are sovereign, and the universe knows it. So let's bring this journey together. The cracks in your old identity, the emptiness of the desert, the awakening of discernment, the shift from maiden to queen, the integration of shadow, the rise of sovereignty, and the synchronicities that follow. These are not random struggles. They are the signs of transformation. They are the thresholds every rare woman must cross as she steps into her most powerful phase. Carl Jung called this individuation, the journey toward wholeness, toward becoming who you always were beneath the masks. And maybe that's why you found this video. Not because you were searching, but because the universe was answering the change already happening within you. So here's my invitation. Don't run from the cracks. Don't fear the desert. Don't silence your discernment or bury your shadow. Trust the process. Trust the synchronicities, because they are proof you are already walking the path. You are not lost. You are not failing. You are entering the most powerful phase of your existence. If this resonated with you, share in the comments where you are on your journey. Your words may be the sign another woman needs 6 months from now when she stumbles upon this same video. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who might be standing at the edge of her own transformation. Together, we remember, power doesn't come from pretending. It comes from becoming.